Coming up on Sports Night, Fernando Alonso somehow walks away from the Australian Formula One Grand Prix.
So it was not a car failure. Well, that all looks a bit familiar to me, to be honest.
Concern at the SCG as Sam Burgess is stretching off.
Awkward contact.
The victory booed off Amy Park in the A-League.
And there are the boos.
And Leicester City does it again in the EPL.
Leicester City take a step on the road to what they hope will be another 3 points to keep this dream alive.
Yes, hello and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Luke Doherty. Thanks very much for your company. Well, before the footy news on this Sunday night here on Sky News Live, I want to introduce you to a man who's just about to complete a remarkable set of challenges. Now, for anyone who's tried to do any type of fundraising, you know it can be an extremely difficult task. So, how do you get some attention? How do you make yourself stand out from the pack? Well, for a start, if your challenges involve a bike, you get the voice of cycling, known around the world, Phil Liggett, to lend his weight to your efforts.
Hello everybody, I'm Phil Liggett. Now, in May last year, Steve Raynor asked for your support with a fundraising endeavour he was working on. He rode from London to Paris in less than 24 hours and slept on the streets of Sydney, all to raise money for homeless people. With your help, he raised a massive $21,000 for Vinnie's. Now this year, he realised he would need to do something a little bit different to capture your attention. So, he's asked me to talk to you about his latest ventures. Over the next 12 months, Steve will embark on 12 challenges.
12 challenges, 12 months to raise $12,000 for charity. Steve Raynor, welcome to Sports Night.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. Now, before we get into this mammoth effort, tell us how much you ended up raising so far. It was 12 challenges, 12 months, $12,000. What are you up to so far?
So at the moment I'm up to $29,985, so just $15 shy of 30 grand.
Wow. Now, Phil Liggett, we heard his voice on that video. How on earth did you make contact with Phil and then he ended up voicing your fundraising video?
So it was pretty simple, really. I just sent him a tweet.
All right, in this modern day and age, you get in touch with anyone.
That's right. So I didn't have his mobile number, I didn't have his email address, so he just finished the Tour de France. I thought maybe he wasn't going to be doing anything the next day, so I thought I'd send him a tweet. And I put the video together. I also put a script together and sent him both and said it'd be fantastic if you could help me out and if you could record the scripts. And after about a week, he responded. I think he's got 135,000 followers, so I don't know how he saw my message. But yeah, he responded and said, yeah, happy to do it. So he emailed me and we put it together.
Tell us how you came up with the concept of 12 challenges, 12 months.
So 12 challenges, 12 months was something that really built on last year. So as the video says, I raised 21 grand for Vinnie's by sleeping out on the street. So I thought I needed to do something a bit different, particularly because a lot of my family and friends are the people who've really donated money. So I thought, let's do something a bit different. So I thought 12 challenges, 12 months, $12,000, and we'll see how we go. So the rest is history, really.
Of those 12, now just one remain, and it's just under 2 weeks away, a 2,000-kilometre trek from Sydney to the Great Barrier Reef. It's the Variety Cycle. You've left the hardest until last, haven't you?
Definitely, yeah. So I think, first it's going to be an iconic ride up the east coast of Australia is going to be amazing. But I think the fact that we're going to have to ride day after day, a lot of my riding is short commuter rides or one-off long weekend rides. So backing it up every day, averaging 150 k's, is going to be an amazing experience. And one of the good things about the ride as well is, as we ride up the coast, we're going to be stopping at some of the schools that are benefiting from this charity and get to see the kids and how they're benefiting. So that's going to be really good to experience that as well.
Now, through a mutual friend of ours, I'll be joining Steve on leg one of this. It's Sydney to the entrance, 108 k's on Saturday week. What can we expect on that first day? What can we expect on a 108k ride to put the body through?
So hopefully the weather will be kind.
that would be good.
That time of year can be a little bit questionable, so we'll see. But hopefully it'll be good weather. But I think really it's about pacing ourselves. There's going to be some amazing views. We're going to go across Brooklyn Bridge, and we're going to see Dangar Island, which is a spectacular part of the world, and there's a few hills in there as well. So it should be fun.
You're going to wait for me, aren't you? While I'm at the bottom of the hill, you're going to wait for me at the top.
Well, I was hoping I was going to follow you, actually.
In terms of some of the other challenges that you've completed throughout the time, and I should say just before we move on, if you'd like to sign up for the Variety Cycle, there's still time. You can just head to that website on the screen there, thevarietycycle.com.au, for plenty of more information. As I said, I'm doing the 1 day ride, the first day of it. I think there's a 2, different varying lengths anyway. You don't have to be like Steve and go all the way to the Great Barrier Reef, but if you do choose to do so, the option is there. You can check it out at that website. For some of the other challenges that you've completed, let's take a look at some of them. And one of them is climbing Alpe d'Huez in France, one of the most famous battlegrounds of the Tour de France. What was that like?
So I think it's an iconic ride, and I've watched it a number of times on the TV, and it looks spectacular on the TV. When you're there in person, and when you're actually climbing some of the turns, the TV really doesn't do it justice, because the views are just unbelievable.
This is what we're seeing here. This is you on Alpe d'Huez.
So that's me following my brother-in-law Rob. It was, believe it or not, it was his honeymoon, and he was spending a day riding his bike with me, and yeah, it was just a fantastic experience. I think the pros do it in 35, 36 minutes. I did it in about an hour and a half. I think mainly because I was admiring the view, but I think also probably because I'm not quite as fit as those guys.
Well, Steve, thanks very much for your time. We do appreciate it. Congratulations on almost getting to the end of this 12 challenges, 12 months. It's very hard to raise money for charity, and you've done it in absolute spades. You must be looking forward to a rest at the end of this as well.
Yeah, I think my wife is too.
Thanks very much for your time. We will see you on the start line on Saturday week. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Steve Raynor there, doing 12 challenges in 12 months, just about to knock off the last one of them. It is the Variety Cycle Sydney to the Great Barrier Reef, just over 2,000 Ks as well. We wish him all the best.